Welcome to the channel on the surf. Here is the family, Sandra, Hector and Jack. My name is Jimmy and we are the family that lives on the surf. Yeah, now it's time to pressure wash it so we can put on new anti-foul. And a tip is start from the bottom, because then it's easy to see where it's wet, and that's where we have been. And also hopefully you don't get it in your hair. So yeah, let's get to it. Yeah, now the pressure wash is done. Yeah, normally I don't go on it this hard that I've done right now, but since it's the first time on the hard for us with this boat, I did go on it as hard as the pressure washer were able to. That's just because if there were any, old bad repairs underneath the waterline, I would have seen them now. And luckily I didn't find any, so yeah, now it's just to let it dry and then slap on some new anti-foul. And as you can see, this side the paint actually stuck quite good. Here in the front a lot got loose, but the other side, let's see, it's basically clean and all the way down to the gel coat, just there in the middle. There the anti-foul was sticking a lot better. So yeah, now we are good to go. Like I said, I don't go on it this hard, but for this, the first time, it's good enough. And I'm real happy because right now there are no bad old repairs on the boat, at least not below the waterline. And yeah, many says that you need to grind it super smooth and put some epoxy ground paint and so on and so on and so on. Yeah, it's good to do that, but this is a slow boat, so if I go from, let's say, 5 knot to 4.9 to 4.8, doesn't matter to me. But if you have a high-speed boat like 40-50 knots, you can lose or gain like 5 knots, so that's a lot more. And this boat is from early middle 70s, so yeah, the boat has always been built like this: fiberglass, gel coat, some anti-foul. So why, I don't think it's gonna make any difference, because if something would have happened, it would already have happened. So yeah, I'm just gonna slap on some new anti-foul, and I'm gonna try and straighten out the line. This side is quite good. Hey. But this side it's a bit wavy, so I'm gonna try and make that look a lot nicer, hopefully. Yeah, I think that's everything. So yeah, see you when we start putting the new anti-foul on. Hopefully this afternoon. And because this is the last some shade. Because this is probably the last nice day before we launch it, so yeah, it's now or never. So yeah, right now I'm gonna have a shower, then it's off to the cinema with the kids, and then I will go back to the boat and try to finish this. So see you then. Yeah, now the bottom work is about done, and as you can see, the anti-foul is on, but now it's to tackle the last two things. That's getting the barnacles off the shaft and off the propeller and polish them up. So what we need to get is some kind of this. It's steel brush, but it's in solid brass. That's really important. And be sure, because the cheap ones, they are not actually brass, they are normal steel brushes that's just coated with brass. So when you start using them, you're gonna get down to normal steel, and then you will destroy your prop shaft in this case and the propeller in this case. But if you're unsure, when I buy these, I always bring a quite strong magnet with me, because brass isn't magnetic. So yeah, if it doesn't stick, it's brass. So yeah, let's go and have a look. Yeah, now I've just pressure washed it, and as you can see, there are a lot of crap left. I have 3 different kinds: flat disc, one of these, and one of these. So now it's just to get started. It's gonna take time, but let it take time. So yeah, put some music on and then just go grinding on. Yeah, so now the prop shaft is finished. Now it's time to tackle the propeller. Yeah, it's coming along. I'm not gonna put any more time on it like this, because it's a really old propeller, so you can see all these small dents and stuff like that. Yeah, you can polish and make it mirror shine and stuff like that, but this propeller is from the 70s. I'm just gonna clean it and scuff the surface up, because this, I talked with a guy here in the boat yard yesterday, and he's been around boats for, yeah, he was in my age when this boat was new, so he knows his stuff. And he says that this, I don't know if you can have a close-up, it looks really scary. It's because there wasn't any sink on the prop shaft. So yeah, what I'm doing is just cleaning the prop, and I'm gonna hopefully save it with a big sink on the prop shaft, and hopefully it will last another 70 years. So yeah, just get back to it. The only thing left is to mount the sink. I bought the biggest one that I could fit. It's 1.2 kilos of zinc. That maybe sounds a lot, but it's not even near close that's needed. But yeah, let's screw this on. Yeah, so here you can see there is a little gap. It should be a little gap. It shall not touch. And it should be a quite big empty space here, because when you put the bolt in forward, the axle's gonna want to push that way, and when you put it in reverse, it's gonna pull the axle out. And yeah, it's actually doing that, but small. But as time, you know, the motor mounts or everything is gonna start to wear out, the prop is gonna move more back and forth. So yeah, don't touch as much space as possible. And now when you are tightening this, do it in a cross, because you see there is a gap here. It's a lot less gap here. So tighten this, tighten the other one, and make sure that this gap stays the same on both sides. Then you know you have an even torque. Yeah, so there you have it. A nice big chunk of zinc that will do a lot. But I'm also gonna make a fish, a zinc fish. I don't know, I don't think any one of you know what that is, but I didn't until later, and it's gonna need some drilling, some steel wire, and a couple of hooks, and yeah, I will show you when I get so far. But yeah, now all the bottom work is done. Only when we lift the boat, I'm just gonna take a roller with some anti-foul and just slap on some paint where you know, the supports and blocks and stuff has been sitting on, because I can't paint them right now. So yeah, basically the boat is ready to get in the water. Yeah, the plan is tomorrow I'm gonna give it a full service, you know, impeller change, fuel filter, oil filter, switch the oil, and when that's done, she's ready for a complete startup. And I also have to connect some hoses and stuff like that inside. But tomorrow's service, get her running and up to temperature, and then it's splashing the boat time. Summer is getting here. Yeah, so that's everything about the bottom job. And if you want to know something more, or if I've missed something, or you haven't understand something, leave a comment below and I will try and explain it. Yeah, and if you already haven't, subscribe to the channel. If your friends haven't subscribed to the channel, tell them to do that. And yeah, as usual, there are a couple of support links down below. There is a PayPal account, a Patreon account, and an Amazon wishlist. Feel free to support me, my family, or the channel in any way you want. So yeah, see you when we are gonna give the engine a service. I'm gonna show you how to do that on an inboard engine with a dry sump. So yeah, that's quite special actually, not many one has that. So yeah, see you then. Stay tuned, like and subscribe.